So welcome, Sebastian. Today we are going to study two different topics. More than studying, we are going to practice them, okay? One of them is how to express our past habits. Things that were regular or usual, but in the past that we used to do all the time in the past, and how we have changed because those things are not true anymore.
Oh, yes.
Okay?
Okay.
So we are going to see clauses and phrases showing contrast and exception. By mistake, I explained this topic on week 4, but today we are going to do a different practice. Okay? I know
Okay.
that you have already, at this point, you should already have some knowledge about this.
Yes. Yes. Actually, yes.
So we have a chart here, and in this chart, we have the difference between the typical Italian person and the typical Japanese person. Okay, so I'm going to start reading the Italian fact, and you answer me reading the Japanese fact. Okay?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay, the typical Italian person drinks 155 liters of bottled water per year.
Okay. The typical Japanese person drinks 10 liters of bottled water per year.
Okay, Italians consumes 3.2 kilograms of coffee per year.
Okay. Japanese consumes 1.4 kilograms of coffee per year.
Italians consume 0.1 kilograms of tea per year. Really low.
Japanese consumes 0.9 kilograms of tea per year.
The typical Italian person visits the doctor 6 times per year.
Yeah. Okay, and in Japanese, a person visits the doctor 14 times per year.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Italian watches 27 hours of TV per week.
Japanese watches 21 hours of TV per week. Hmm?
Italians get married at 30 years old for men or 27 years old for women.
Japanese is married at 30 years old for men and 27 years old for women.
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 Okay, the typical Italian person studies for 7.2 years after the age of 15.
Mhm. Japanese studies for 9.5 years after the age of 15.
And finally, an Italian person travels 710 kilometers by rail per year.
Japanese travels one thousand no, oh yeah, 1,900 kilometers by rail per year.
Okay, so we are looking or seeing differences between two cultures. And the idea of watching difference is to be able to contrast or to show exceptions in this information.
Okay.
So let me go back. Here, we have already seen while, unlike, in contrast to compare two things. While, when I want to present differences that happens at the same time, unlike, to present some contrast or some difference between a person or a group of people and another. Unlike the Japanese, Italian seems to drink a lot of bottled water. That's different. In contrast to, also that's different, Italians, in contrast to Italians, the Japanese travel a lot more by rail. Except for the fact to show exceptions. Things that are similar, but there is a variation between that similarity. Both like TV, except the typical Italian person watches more. That's the only difference. Italian and Japanese people are fairly different. They don't have many things in common, except for the age they get married. They get married at the same age. And Japanese people typically consume less bottled water, less coffee, except for the fact that they drink more tea. Whereas we saw that is used for writing or written English, not much in the spoken English, and except for, or with the exception of, when we want to show exceptions inside a group. Everyone in my family, except for my mother, plays a musical instrument. Everyone in my family, with the exception of my mother, plays a musical instrument. I think there is no doubts regarding this topic, right?
Right, I get it.
So what we're going to do is that we're going to play. Just one thing. And what you're going to do is to pick a number and I'm going to flip the card. You are going to find a sentence and you need to select the best word or phrase or clause to create contrast or exception.
Okay.
Okay?
So, say.
Okay.
Okay.
You just won 50 points.
Awesome.
Another number.
15.
I like all type of fish. My girlfriend always chooses meat dishes when we go out to eat.
I like all the vegetarian. See, while I like all type of fish, my
Good.
girlfriend is
While.
well, yes.
Because unlike if I'm going to use unlike, it must be something like unlike me that like all type of fish.
Yes.
Or in contrast to. In contrast to my tastes, my girlfriend, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. No. I'm sorry. I had to to click that it was right, but your answer was right. It was my mistake.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I didn't select the green button.
Oh, okay.
That was the
No problem.
problem. I'm sorry. Another number.
9.
9. In the UK, the hottest month of the year is usually July. States in Southern Europe, the hottest period is usually in August.
Uh, mm, I'm not sure. I'm thinking in the A or C. B, no.
Okay. If you say C, if you say
Yeah.
C, for example, in the UK, the hottest month of the year is usually July.
Yeah.
The group or what we are referring to in this case is UK. So if you are going to use with the exception of, we can talk about Southern Europe
Yeah.
because you would have to say something like in the UK, the hottest month of the year is usually July, with the exception of, I don't know, Wales, where the hottest month is August.
So I think that the answer is A because
Ujú.
yes.
Porque en este caso lo que estamos diciendo es, en United Kingdom el mes más caliente es julio, mientras que
Yes.
en Europa del Sur el mes más caliente o el periodo más caliente es en agosto. Si yo voy a usar con excepción de, entonces tendría que seguir hablando solo del Reino Unido. ¿Sí? ¿Sí me hago entender? Entonces, en el Reino Unido
Yes.
el mes más caliente es julio, con excepción de Gales, en donde el mes más caliente, en donde las temperaturas no son tan altas. ¿Sí?
Yeah.
Entonces, acuérdate
Sí.
que with the exception of eh, se utiliza cuando estoy hablando dentro del mismo grupo. Recuerda, in my family, comma, with the exception of my mother, comma, everybody plays an instrument.
Mm, yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay? So, whereas was okay.
Whereas
Okay,
11.
the restaurant was nice with the exception of my horrible wine date. The
Okay.
answer is there. They forgot to place the space.
Okay. Okay. The restaurant was nice with the exception of my.
They forgot to
Yes. There is the answer.
they forgot to remove the answer. The exception of
Okay.
another number.
12.
I'm 21 and quite skinny. Dada, my God.
With exception of. Okay. I am 21 and quite skinny. Give me just a little second. Okay. I'm quite skinny, my God. Yeah, quite skinny. Eh,
A.
no, B.
Okay, B.
B. Except for.
Except for my God. It
I
means,
was a
well,
little lost because quite skinny is not a word that I really know.
skinny is when you are really thin.
Oh,
You are not
okay.
fat.
Okay.
And quite is a modifier that implies that you are really thin.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
21 and I'm quite skinny. Like maybe your weight is low, except for the gut.
You got.
So arms and legs and your face is really skinny and thin, but you have a belly.
Okay. 10.
People in America properly celebrate Cinco de Mayo. People in Mexico do not.
B. Wild.
While people in America does it, people in Mexico, oh sorry, do it, people in Mexico don't it.
That's yes. 3. Oh, but I think, yes, except that, sí. Or no? Yeah, except that.
Except, except that the Japanese, Italian drink a lot of bottled water.
Ah, okay, no, no, no. So B, because A is impossible. B,
B,
unlike.
unlike. Mhm. Unlike the Japanese, Italians drink a lot of bottled water.
Mhm. Okay, okay.
It means they are not similar
Yes.
in that aspect.
One.
Bam.
No.
Good.
Okay, 6.
Her sister, she's very tall.
In contrast to, see?
Mhm. In
Yeah.
contrast to her sister, she's very tall.
Okay, yes, because it's a comparison.
A comparison.
16.
Canadians carry their keys loose in their pockets. British people use keychains.
Okay, chains, what it means that chains?
Chain is this. I'm going to show you. It's something that sometimes women use here, similar to necklace.
Oh, okay.
That's a chain. And you can use the word chain, for example, for McDonald's is a food restaurant chain.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm being clear.
I think so, but yes, it's like for the, well, in the case of the kids, I think it's I don't know how to explain that in English, but in Spanish I think there is la cadena para cargar las llaves en la cintura.
Look, keychain.
That's it. Yeah.
That is that part. The keychain is that part.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
If you say, for example, restaurant chain is the word itself.
I get it. Okay.
Restaurant restaurant chain are, for example, I don't know, all these are restaurant
Yes.
chains.
No, no, I understand now. Like McDonald's in around the world
Like
has a restaurant chain. Okay.
McDonald's or Subway, Taco Bell,
Oh yes.
Domino's, they
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
restaurant chains. And if you look chain as an accessory, I was telling you that sometimes women use it. Chain
Mm, okay.
is the word. We in Spanish we use the word in the same connotation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, okay.
So Canadians
Yes.
carry their keys loose in their pockets. British people use keychain. Sorry, keychain.
Okay, so mm, well, I will say I'm not so sure. The sea in contrast to
No, because
no.
if while
Mm,
it happens at the same time.
yeah,
It's different. I mean, one does something and in the other does another thing, but they do
yeah.
it at the same time.
Okay.
Mientras los canadienses cargan sus llaves, varias llaves en el En
Oh,
los
sí.
bolsillos, los británicos las usan o las llevan en llaveros.
Mientras, yes, yes, yes,
Ujú.
yes.
It happens at the same time.
Okay.
Te devolví los puntos que te había quitado cuando no habías
Yeah.
preguntado. Ahí ya leí
Okay.
como si hubieras acertado.
Listo, listo. First thing,
The person earning that little bit more may afford these things. The neighbor goes without.
to pretend a little bit more maybe for these things. They live without. Mm,
Look the picture. The
yes,
person earning that little bit more may afford these things. The
yes.
food, the courts, and the neighbor goes without all these things.
Um, well, that's not something for like, so I will say unlike. No, unlike, no, sorry. Where, see,
Where
because,
mhm,
yes.
it is happening at the same time. The one earning more can
Uh-huh.
pay, can afford living here, and the neighbor, their neighbor, goes without the pool and the other facilities.
Mhm. Okay, yes. 14.
While while Americans love football, Latin Americans love soccer.
The answer
What
is
would
C.
be what would be a replacement for this?
Replacement. Okay. If not while, could be that could be but no, yes, in context too can be used there, I think.
Mhm. Yes, in this case, they forgot to remove the answer, and the answer is here, but you can use also in contrast to. In contrast to Americans, Latin Americans love soccer.
Soccer. Mhm. 8.
Yesterday was a day off for everybody. Blah, 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 Lauren.
Okay, yes, for everybody. With the exception of
Both are possible,
except for
except for
okay.
Lawrence or with the exception of Lawrence. Oh, yes, with the exception of Lawrence. Both are possible.
Okay. 5. Awesome.
Okay.
4. Is included the store machine. Sí.
Okay, now
No. I.
in contrast to the storm outside, he was calm, and
Yeah.
outside it was completely different.
Okay.
He
Yes.
seemed curiously calm, in contrast to the storm outside.
In context to the storm outside. Yes. Yes. Uh, and 2.
Blah blah blah
No.
romance bloomed for Victoria. Discontent and loneliness was stirring in Mitchell.
It's just. Um. Okay. So. I. While be.
Mhm. One thing was happening with somebody and another thing was happening with the other person.
Yes. Okay.
You won. It is better to have more than one student because we can compete, but good job.
Yeah.
I hope,
Okay, okay. Was a good practice.
yes, it was. And you learned a new word.
Yeah. Shames. Shames.
Now, let's do some sentences comparing other people around the world with us, Colombians. Okay?
Okay.
We have an example here. The sentence says, when people in the US go to a party, they usually arrive a few minutes late. The comparison is as follows. Unlike people in the USA, most people where I live arrive on time for parties. I'm going to do the
Okay.
second. Most people in Canada have cereal and milk for breakfast some days of the week.
Okay. I will start with the same. Unlike people in Canada, uh, have cereal and milk for breakfast.
No, in this case, you need to make the comparison immediately. Unlike people in Canada, comma, people in Colombia or Colombia.
Oh, yes. Colombian people have cereal and milk for breakfast.
If it is unlike, it means that we have something different.
Yes.
So unlike people in Canada, Colombian people have, I don't know, arepas and cafe
For breakfast.
for
Okay.
breakfast. Um, some days of the week. I will use while Canadians have cereal and milk
Oh, yeah.
for breakfast some days of the week, comma, Colombians have eggs, bread, or arepas and coffee.
Or
And it is
chocolate.
not necessary to repeat some days for breakfast, some days of the week.
Mm, mm. Okay, okay.
Let's try with another.
Okay. Mm,
Anyone, the one you want to compare.
okay. Eh, okay, okay. The last one. Um, in contrast to women in Spain,
Mhm.
uh, people in Colombia uh, how I say that, like take hands or say hands with your hands.
Shake hands
Shake hands
when they meet.
when they meet. Yeah, when they meet.
Okay, but if I say this, I don't know what people in Spain do.
Yeah.
People in Colombia don't kiss each other
On both.
both cheeks. They shake hands when they meet.
Yes. Yeah, it's true, it's true.
Okay, so now that we are in the half of the class, we are going to move to the next topic, and is how to talk about our past habits, okay?
Oh, yes, okay.
I know you know how to use, we have already done this. I know that you know how to use used to, right?
Used to. Right.
But today we are going to see how to use used to and how to use would for past habits. We have learned that would is used to talk about possibilities and to ask things politely. Do you remember that? But here we are going to use that word, that would, for past. Mhm. These people have had a change in their lives. What positive or negative impact have these changes had? So let's read about Lucas Santos. He's 25 and he lives in Curitiba.
Curitiba. Okay. Uh, Before my wife and I had our first baby, we would go out whenever we wanted. We can't do that now. I didn't used to be worried, but I am now.
So the change was that they had a baby.
Yes.
What do you think is positive or negative?
That's negative. Have a baby, I think.
Okay. He said for him has been negative. Something is negative and they would go out
Mhm.
whenever they wanted,
Yes,
but not
because the baby.
anymore. The positive thing is that now he's a warrior. He thinks about the future.
Okay.
Now let's read what happens to Britney.
Brittany. Okay. Before my promotion, I would eat lunch in the cafeteria because that was all I could afford. Now I have money to go to nice coffees.
Cafes,
Cafes. Okay, cafes.
that's the place.
Okay, cafes. But I just don't have the time, so I usually eat at my desk.
Mhm. So the
Mm,
change was the promotion. What is the positive thing?
Eat lunch in the cafeteria.
No, that was
The thing that she was doing, yes, it is.
the past habit. That was
Yeah,
the past habit. She would eat lunch in the cafeteria. The positive thing now is that
just have money to go on those cafes.
to go to nice cafes. She can go to a nice cafe to have something delicious. But
Mhm.
now
She don't have the time. She
she
doesn't have the
doesn't have the
time.
time to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the story of Brittany Majors, 32 years old from Toronto. And
Mm.
now let's read about Wen Ho Shen from Taipei.
I pay. We used to plan on moving in with our son when we retired, but we've changed our minds. We just sold our house and we were going to travel the world.
Mhm. So
Mm,
the change is that they retired with
mhm,
wife, right?
right.
And what is the positive thing?
The, they have to change their minds,
Mhm.
so they sold their house.
And they are going to travel the world.
No, yes.
They are going to travel the world. Okay, let notice that these people are talking about things that they used to do or would do. I want you to check a pattern. We would go out, would eat lunch in the cafeteria.
Mhm.
But, for example, didn't used to be, used to plan. What is similar between be, the verb be, and the verb plan?
Oh yes, they are. I forgot the word. They are. They can be used with the like in gerund form. That like you have to use it in a normally way always. But
Mhm.
I don't remember the name of that type of word.
But I know that you understand the difference. Plan and
Yeah,
be are stative verbs.
static pairs.
Mhm.
Yes.
It means that they are actions that don't imply a movement.
Mm-hmm.
They are verbs that don't imply action. Like, for
Yeah.
example, feel, think, have. They don't imply any action. So they are stative verbs.
Yes.
When I'm going to talk about a past habit and I'm going to use would, I need to use it with active verbs like go or eat.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay. Like active actions.
Yes, it sounds redundant, but it is true.
Yeah.
So let's move a minute here, and I'm going to read the first explanation. Used to and would can be both be used to describe past habitual actions or situations which are not longer true. However, would cannot be used with stative verbs such as live, be, have, or like.
Like.
Remember that stative verbs describe, for example, our feelings or emotions, our moods.
Yes.
They describe also a possession, and this is why they cannot be used with gerunds or with would. I want you to read, please, the examples here.
So, you always used to make me lunch. My job didn't used to be so demanding. Remember the way we would sit around talking. I will see some great jacket, but you wouldn't let me buy it. Hmm.
Entonces, in this case, sorry, entonces is in Spanish. So, you always used to make me laugh. Make is an active verb. Didn't used to be. So I can use used to with both active and stative verbs, but would only with active verbs. Okay?
Okay, yes.
For questions and negative sentences or negative questions, we are going to use only use. We can only use would for affirmative sentences. Questions and negative sentences always with used to, no matter if the verb is stative or active.
Okay. But little question, why there, for example, in the third example, I will see some green jacket, but you wouldn't, in this case, I'm seeing in the negative form.
I would see some great jacket, but it wouldn't let me buy it.
Why is that? Because yes,
Okay. For questions, we don't use would. Okay, we're talking about negative questions. When we want to start the question with a negative.
mm,
And here, I would see some great jacket. That's a habit in the past. And we have already established that we are talking about a past habit.
Okay. Yes.
I wouldn't use the negative without stating that we are already talking about past, because that would be confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay. Yes.
So for questions and negative questions, we use used to.
Used to.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think and come up with the answers for this sentence.
Okay.
Let me know once you're ready, okay? Time is yours.
Okay. Okay, I think I get it. Also for the second one, yes. We used to have fun during summer vacation.
Okay. You say we used to have fun during summer vacations, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something, and you are right, because we said that with stative verbs like have, we use used to. So a point for you. In this case, you can use both. And I'm going to explain you why.
Okay.
Have, when we use the verb have to express possession, like I have a car. If I say I have a car, in this case, the verb have is expressing possession, right?
Right.
It's the same if I say I owe a car. Possession. In this case, this is an static verb.
Yes.
Okay. But if I say I'm having fun, in this specific context, having is not acting as possession. Having is acting as spending time in a certain way. So in this case, it's not an static verb. This is why you can use both. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
A curiosity.
It's okay. Perfect. Okay, for the next one, well, in this case, they used to have a house by the ocean. It's assertive, yes.
Exactly. So immediately we have the other example in which I can use only used to because it's
Yes.
possession.
Okay. Serena will go mountain to go mountain biking every weekend.
Sorry, give me a sec. I'm looking for a video I want to share with you
Okay.
that is really useful. I'm going to send the link. Okay, now. Serena
Serena. Would.
would go mountain biking every weekend.
Every weekend. Yes. And Mexico. Did her parents used to own a Mexican restaurant 10 years ago?
Can you repeat?
Yes. Did her parents used to own Mexico? Because it's a question.
A question.
My mother. My mother would volunteer at the hospital every winter.
Okay.
Alex used to like the build models of cars and ships.
Good. Used to like.
Used to like.
And the last one?
Well, did you used to be good at fixing cars? Yeah. Yes, another question. Did you used to be a good at fixing cars?
That's a question. Did you used to be good at fixing cars? Very good. So I'm going to send you via chat, Zoom chat, a video from a teacher called Lopera. And I really like this video because he shows the difference between estative and active verbs. And he clarifies every single aspect, not only possession, as I explained, but also mood and appearance and changes. So it's really useful.
Okay.
So I advise you to watch it.
But you're gonna send me the
The link. Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to send you the link so you can see it in your free time.
Yeah, of course.
And now I want you to go to quizzes to
Okay.
practice the difference between used to and would.
Let's see here. Yes. Okay.
Give me a minute. Internet is working. So, did you know that you could use would to talk about the past?
Uh, no, actually, for use wood in past, that was something new for me.
Yes, most of the time it's surprising.
Wood in past, yes.
Start. 5606, no, 560565.
Okay.
You're in, let's start.
Okay. Oh. When I was a child, we. Oh, okay. We. we- what? Oh, awesome. We.
You were expecting the options to select, but you are in a more advanced course. So you have to write, to type.
Yes, I saw that. Mm, we. This. Use. Have. But if I have to write two answers in the same, I can do it as a normally because the second question have two answers.
Yes, you leave a space.
Okay. Didn't used to
We didn't used to have much money. This is why we
use it to have vegetables.
maybe
I
they
don't
ask
know.
for a comma.
I don't know. I read it, but well, we will see because it's weird because it's the same place for write the two answers. So I don't know.
To write the two answers. Yes, maybe they ask for a comma, but your answer was right.
Yeah. Every day we mm, would get up very early, and my father used to take.
Used to take some eggs for bread.
It's not a comma.
Okay, maybe it's a dash.
The weather.
Yeah, the instruction is not really clear.
Yeah, but don't worry. Water. The weather. Ah, no, I was reading all. Yes. Used to be really nice. There was a lake near the house. We would, mm, we would go later in the afternoon. My brothers and I would go fishing, and my mother would cook. I think yes. My mother would cook. Would cook. Wherever we have cooked, it was fantastic.
In this
I
case,
don't know.
yes. Later in the afternoon, my brothers and I would go fishing, and in the evening, my mother would cook whatever
Would cook.
we.
Ah, okay. That's right. Was right. Is it to be? Every morning I would, mm, oh, would go to the woods to look the firewood. There 12 is would be. Well, I think it's correct. I use will go and use it to
Used to be.
use it to be, yes. In the evenings, my father used it to tell us anything. Okay, stories next to that place, and we
You used to tell, and we would listen,
will.
because in this case, listen is not an active verb.
Active verb, yes. 10, we were poor, but we used to be
Yeah.
happy.
In this case, as I told you, stative verbs to talk about mood. Our mood. Okay, my dear Sebastian,
Okay,
it's a pleasure to have you every single week with me.
okay.
Um, I'm glad you practiced, and I'm glad you learned something new because you didn't know about would to talk about past. Um, see you next week for session 7, and we are running like the final mile to
Oh,
finish
yes.
intermediate 2. We have 2 weeks left. So keep continue working. Last level, you were the first one to upgrade to the next level. And I think
Oh,
and I think this level is going to be the same. When you
oh my God,
start,
really? That's
it's different.
awesome.
Yes, yes, you did. So see you next week.
Okay, teacher, see you next week and thank you very much and have a excellent weekend.
Same for you there. Bye bye.
Bye bye.